But once he comes into form, I think he's going to be a very good runner for the Bills.
And, of course, New England, their #1 draft pick, Irving Fryar, is not in the game today. Fryar was injured against the Washington Redskins, cracked ribs on August the 17th. It is hoped that he will be back within a week or two. And, of course, Ron Meyer, well, he's under some pressure.
Well, he is, but the pressure comes from the fans because of their high expectations. They're such a good running team. You know, with Tony Collins, 1,000 yards last year, so everyone expects him to do well. Now, that puts a little pressure on them. And earlier I talked to Ron Meyer just about how that affects their team.
Well, Gene, there's always pressure. I think every coach approaches a season with tremendously high expectations. We're certainly no different with the Patriots. Now we have to go about proving it each and every Sunday. We're very optimistic. I think this team is extremely talent-laden. I think we're very explosive offensively, and I think the defense is one that can be a premier type of defensive unit in the league. So, obviously, the hopes are very high in New England this year.
It will be the Patriots to receive. Joe Danello will put the ball in play. Ricky Smith is in the middle, number 27. Withers 24 and Williams 44 back to receive. We're underway. A high short kick. It is Ricky Smith at the 15, the 20, 25, out to the 30-yard line. Ricky Smith seemed to slip as he got to the 27, and popping down on him was number 25, Rod Hill.
It's going to be a problem all day long until that grass dries up, or grass, that AstroTurf dries up a little bit, Jay, because of the rain we had here earlier this morning.
Grogan at quarterback with Ramsey and Collins, Cedric Jones, Stephen Starring, and Lynn Dawson. Holloway, the great John Hanna, Pete Brock, Ron Wooten, Darrell Haley. First down from the 30-yard line. A handoff to Tony Collins. And Collins gets about 4. Jim Haslett, 55. Fred Sperlis, 76 on the tackle. The Bills with Williams, Smerlis, and Johnson in the defensive line. Lucius Sanford, Jim Haslett, Eugene Marv, and young, talented Darrell Talley. Bellinger, the rookie, with Romes, Freeman, and Cush. The H-back. Collins back. Grogan to throw. Grogan to the far sideline. It is complete. And down the sidelines for the touchdown goes Stephen Starring. A beautiful catch along the sidelines. 65-yard touchdown pass. Grogan to Starring, the second-year man, former quarterback at McNeese State.
Stephen Starring has an awful lot of speed. The problem is here is a breakdown in the Bills' defense. They had one quarterback coming up. Grogan throws a beautiful pass. Now, you see the two men there? There was confusion. The safety was coming over, supposed to be covering deep. He didn't get his job done. Stephen Starring in the end zone for the touchdown.
Starring went 55 yards last week in the preseason game, right off the bat. Tony Franklin with the point after. It is up, and we now have a penalty marker down and a little altercation there at the goal line. Oh, we'll get them untangled. The referee today is Red Cashin. That's him right in the middle of your screen. Working with him today, headlineman Art Demas, Don Anderson, the line judge, Ron D'Souza, the back judge, Ben Tompkins, the side judge. Apparently we have offsetting penalties. We're unable to pick up Red Cashin's microphone at the moment. We'll be back as they went 70 yards on 2 plays to score it. Patriots have fired a shot right out of the box, and Tony Franklin will kick off. Donald Wilson and Van Williams set to receive. Donald Wilson running laterally goes down at the 17-yard line. Never cut it up the field, and Paul Dombrowski, number 47, there to make the tackle. Ferguson with the rookie Greg Bell, Booker Moore, Preston Denard, Byron Franklin, and the talented tight end Tony Hunter. Jones, Richard, Grant, Borchardt, and Durkin, the offensive line. First down at the 18-yard line. Greg Bell behind Ferguson. That's Moore going in motion. Bell gets the call, and he's to the 20-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play. Steve Nelson, number 57, the inside linebacker with the tackle. It is Sims, Owens, and Toby Williams starting at right end for Julius Adams. Tippett, Nelson, Wysoon, and Blackman are the backers. Lippett, Claiborne, James, and Sanford. No rookies there. Veteran defensive backs. Second down and 8. Again, Moore coming in motion. Bell stopped right along the line of scrimmage by Kenneth Sims, number 77. Sims starting at left end with Toby Williams getting the call over at right end today for the Patriots of Ron Meyer. Both these teams 8-8 last season. In preseason, New England 2-2, the Bills 1-3.
One of the things that New England wanted to improve on this year was their pass rush. They have the Bills in a 3rd and about 8. Let's see if they've been able to make some improvement in that area.
Denard, Franklin, and now Mitchell Brooks, the rookie, 81 in the lineup for the Bills. Out of the shotgun. Ferguson on the run. And he throws, and it is incomplete. Lonnie Tippett over there to make the play in front of Byron Franklin, the intended receiver, number 85.
Outside linebacker Andre Tippett is a terrific pass rusher. You put pressure on Ferguson, force him out of the pocket. That's number 85, Byron Franklin, and he was thinking more about where his feet were going to land instead of catching the football. He should have had that one.
John Kidd, a rookie from Northwestern. He beat out Greg Cater to get the punting job here, averaged 44.3 in the preseason. Stephen Starring, the man who scored the opening touchdown in the first minute of play, back to receive this booming punt. At the 29, Starring at the 35, out across the 40-yard line. Jim Haslett, number 55, on the tackle. 12 minutes, 20 seconds left to play the first quarter. A 50-yard punt. Back in a moment.
76 in the middle of your screen is nose tackle Fred Smerlas. Many people consider him to be the best nose tackle in all of football, and we're going to watch. It's awfully important that the nose tackle be able to avoid a one-on-one block by the center.
He went to Boston College from Waltham, Massachusetts. Tony Collins. Collins fighting his way across the 45-yard line. Collins, who played at East Carolina. From the little town of Penn Yan in central New York State, Rod Cush, 42, on the tackle.
A nose tackle takes a lot of punishment, Jay, during a ball game. Let's watch number 76, Fred Smerlas. Now, he has an awfully good center blocking on him. That's number 58, Pete Brock. But Brock gets some help. That's number 69 coming down, double teaming on Fred Smerlas. And you must be able to control the nose tackle in that defense if you're going to run the football effectively.
Ricky Smith has left the game for the Patriots, a hamstring injury, and we're told it's pretty serious. He may not return. On second down, Collins down across the 45, just inside the 40 before Ben Williams, number 77, makes the tackle. 13-yard pickup on the play and a first down. Atlanta at New Orleans, and Atlanta scores first. A Mick Luckhurst field goal, 38 yards out, 10:53 left in the first quarter. Ron Meyer, 43-year-old native of Westerville, Ohio, the coach of the Patriots. Rogan at the controls. The Patriots leading 7-0. First quarter. Collins Collins gets the call again, and he bangs his way down to the 32-yard line. It's Eugene Marr, 54, and Lucius Sanford, 57, on the tackle.
Jay, the left side of the Patriots line with Brian Holloway over at tackle. Here we see Fred Smirlis, again the nose tackle, fighting on the block by the center. But the key to this action is on the left side, where you have two Pro Bowlers, John Hanna at left guard and Brian Holloway, my man from Stanford, out at that left tackle. And they're going to continue to run to that left side because they're just blowing them out.
I knew you'd get that Stanford plug in the first quarter. Right up the middle for about 2 goes Collins. And it looks like he's got the first down. He does. The gain near the 28-yard line. Kansas City, 7-0 over Pittsburgh. Todd Blackledge for 2 yards out. A lot of Penn State fans in the stands at that game today. BYU with a victory over the Pitt Panthers yesterday. Collins already with 37 yards on 5 carries. Brogan steps back, throws the quick out. It comes to Starring, and Starring is ridden out of bounds. Jim Haslett, the linebacker, number 55, with some help from Charlie Rome's 26. And Grogan is saying, gentlemen, you did not mark the ball correctly.
Jim Haslett is known for his fierce play, the inside linebacker. Now, this is one of the new things the Patriots have done this year, a shorter passing game. San Francisco, the 49ers, do this. The offensive linemen love it because they don't have to sustain those blocks as long. With that big offensive line, a shorter passing game, they can hit the men right at the line of scrimmage, get rid of that football quickly. So we'll see more of this, these quick outs, quick slant ins. See more of this from New England.
Second down, 5 at the 23. 9 minutes, 15 seconds to go, first quarter. Brogan, and complete down to the 5-yard line to Cedric Jones. Jones, who played his college ball at Duke, hit by Rodney Bellinger. They're working on the young rookie from Miami, a pickup of 18 yards.
Again, I mentioned before the quick passing game, the 5-step drop. Watch Brogan. He's only going to go back 5 steps now. Throw the football. They caught the inside linebackers coming on the blitz. Again, the offensive linemen love this kind of action. They can take on those men right away. Quarterback 5 steps, gets rid of the football.
This offensive line averages 6'4 and a half. 280 pounds. First and goal to go. Collins, up for a loss. Lucius Sanford, number 57, coming up from the outside linebacker spot to make the play. San Diego. Well, first of all, let's give you that Giant score. Philadelphia leading 3-0 as Paul McFadden kicked a 47-yard field goal. Bouts to Chandler. 21-yard touchdown pass. San Diego leading over Minnesota in the first quarter. Here it is 7-0 Patriots.
Jay, it's tough to run wide down here because the field is so wet at this part of the end zone. It's tough for the runners to cut back. Let's see if they adjust their offense accordingly.
Second and goal at the 7. Collins inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Ken Johnson, number 91, wrapped him up from the right end slot.
Did you see how Collins had to skip? He was going to his right, not sure of his footing. He had to sort of try to skip the cutback because of what happened last. Now watch Tony Collins. If we can see him, he's going to start to try to get his footing, make sure he doesn't fall down. Look, little steps, almost goes down dust. That's because it rained this morning and the field is wet. It's starting to dry in the middle. This field has a nice crown on it. The light spots you see is where it's starting to dry. The other areas are still damp.
Third and goal coming. Bo Robinson coming in, number 80. Well, along with Lynn Dawson, 87 will be the tight ends. Collins now joined by Mosi Tutupu, number 30, the 7-year man from USC. Cedric Jones is out of there. So it'll be Collins and Tutupu.
And you see number 77, that was Ben Williams, a starting left defensive end for the Bills coming off the field.
Bob Thomas with a 29-yard field goal for Chicago in that game. Third and goal to go at about the 3. Brogan throwing and completing for the touchdown to Derek Ramsey. Ramsey, the big guy from Kentucky. Fine blocker. He comes right at us here as we take a look at it. Rod Cush had the coverage, number 42.
Grogan had two options. He first looked at 33, Tony Collins. He wasn't open. Then he came to number 88, Derek Ramsey. Rod Cush trying to make the coverage. Just wasn't there. And Rod Cush, you know, Rod's had a couple of knee injuries, and he's lost a little bit of quickness. You add to the fact that you're down in this end zone where it's still a little wet, unsure of his footing, and Ramsey used his body like a basketball player, sort of shielded him away from the football.
Tony Franklin puts it up, gets it in, a former Texas A&M star. One of the big goals was to find a place kicker, and the Patriots think they have. Back with more in a moment. 14-0 New England. First quarter. Tony Franklin, the right-footed, barefooted kicker, I should say, trade in February from Philadelphia brought him over here. It was a conditional deal, and he's done an excellent job. Wilson and Williams are downfield. This is Wilson at the 20, 25, up to the 28-yard line. Donald Wilson on the return, stopped by Ed Reynolds, number 95. The Cubs and the Mets crash head on this Friday night. Here's a preview. New England for Ron Meyer, second year for Kay Stevenson here at Buffalo. Buffalo first down from the 29-yard line. Coming in motion, Byron Franklin. Ferguson on first down, throwing and incomplete. Preston Denard, the wide receiver, the intended receiver. Clayton Wysoon on the coverage. Let's go to New York for an update.
All right, Jay, moments ago at the Metrodome, Dan Fouts drops back, and he looks for Wes Chandler. Ahmad Rashad says this guy is football's best wide receiver. He just might be right. Spectacular grab, 21-yard touchdown, and an early San Diego lead. Jay, let's go back to you.
Thank you, Bob Costas, and the very best to you and the crew for a great NFL '84 season. Handoff going to Booker Moore, and the big back gets out near the 35-yard line. 225 pounds out of Penn State. Blackman, 55 on the tackle. The Giants with Bill Sims to Deke Mount. 24-yard touchdown, lead it now 7-3. And a safety, Richard Todd, tackled in the end zone, makes it 5-0 Atlanta. Third down and about 4. Shotgun. That's Franklin now in motion. Over the middle, it is complete. A first down. It was Byron Franklin. He came in motion toward the pack, then went back to the outside and cut it in over the middle. Fred Marion, number 31, makes the tackle.
Rod Russ is a defensive coordinator for New England and almost all the time plays zone defense. The Bills know that. That's why they had Franklin run that little delay and come underneath the coverage, and he got just enough to pick up the first down.
Bills are trying to stay cool and work out their problems. It's a young club. They don't want to try to get it all back in a couple of shots.
You're exactly right, because just the opposite can happen if you try to do it all at once. They need to establish some confidence.
Speedy Neal's in the backfield blocking for Bell, and Bell gets out near the 45-yard line before he is shoved all the way back downfield. Raymond Claiborne, number 26 over there. Claiborne, who played at Texas. He was in the Pro Bowl last year, yet he had no interceptions. They don't throw over there very often.
Well, you know, Ray also said if I could catch the ball, you know, he's batted down a few. He said if I could catch, I'd be a receiver. But he is an outstanding defensive back, and as they say, he takes no quarter. I mean, he's something.
Second down and 8. Franklin this time coming wide to the right as we look in at Joe Ferguson. The Bills with their new red helmets. Ferguson in a hurry. Ferguson out of bounds. First down at the 44-yard line. Roland James ran him out. Ferguson doing some nice work. 13-yard pickup.
Well, he got some pressure from the outside, the linebackers, and Ferguson runs as well as any quarterback in the league. He saw that he could make the first down without taking any risk of throwing the ball at all, and he's a smart, savvy quarterback, a veteran, and he knows if he can pick up that first down and get out of bounds, then do it. Don't take the chance of trying to throw downfield because you never know what's going to happen, particularly when you're playing on a wet field.
Jan Stenerud kicked a field goal for Minnesota, and Gary Anderson a field goal for Pittsburgh. First down, Ferguson. Quick out. Franklin on the move. Another first down. Franklin knocked out of bounds by Roland James, number 38. A 16-yard gain, and the Bills are perking.
Franklin is probably the fastest wide receiver on the Bills team. This is just a quick screen. What you want to do here is get the ball to a speedy receiver. There's number 72, the tackle, left tackle, Ken Jones. You want to get some men out in front of a very fast receiver and hope that he can break it. That's a good job of blocking out there by Ken Jones.
Boy, did Roland James come across to make that play. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. Patriots leading 14-0. Bills on the move. The pitch coming to Bell. Bell gets outside and is run out of bounds. Down near the 23-yard line, Rick Sanford, the free safety, number 25, making the play. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Buffalo Bills and the NFL is prohibited. The Lions jump out on top of San Francisco. Billy Sims scoring from 2 yards out.
My team is down. They'll come back, though. You know, I talked to Rod Russ, the Patriots defensive coordinator, and he said one thing they saw from the Bills in preseason was that they were determined to establish themselves as a running team, a hard-nosed running team. And they look pretty good here.
Greg Bell is behind Ferguson. He's got the ball, and he's into the 20-yard line. Stopped right along the 20. Steve Nelson, number 57, making the tackle. Bell, number 28, on the spot, as we mentioned, a fine young man out of Notre Dame. He was hurt quite often in college. He's been okay here, averaged 4.4 during the preseason. He's coming out of the lineup now, and Julius Dawkins, a second-year wide receiver from Pittsburgh, number 89, replaces him as the Bills face a third down and long 2 near the 19. There goes Franklin in motion to the far side. Ferguson for Franklin. Penalty marker down. The catch was made at the 14-yard line with Roland James there on the coverage. And we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
Well, it's thrown in that area where it's usually offensive holding.
It's
going to be
defensive holding. I mentioned that Red Cashin is our referee. He's a veteran. The side judge today is Nate Jones and the field judge Bob Wortman. Ben Tompkins, the back judge, as we complete that crew. Don Anderson, Art Demas, and Ron D'Souza.
Holding by number 55 on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
The call goes against Don Blackman. There's our officials crew. Signed by the National Football League to this opener here. Kay Stevenson, 39 years old, a native of Defuniak Springs, Florida.
Jay, if the Bills want to throw the ball down here, they're on about the 14-yard line. Don't be surprised if New England goes into a zone defense. A lot of teams like to play man-to-man. That's traditional when you get down close. But they might play a zone, get a lot of linebackers back in there, and just try to control that whole area. Well, they're going to run the ball.
And Bell doesn't get much, if anything. Clayton Wisesoon, the right inside linebacker, number 53. 229 tackles last season, leading the club. Wisesoon from Little Angelo State, San Angelo, Texas.
But what I was trying to say that last time, and this is a good down for them to throw the ball, is that New England will probably get their linebackers, try to get 4 linebackers in the cover in a zone area, and try to make it difficult for the quarterback to be able to pick out one receiver and stay with him the entire way. Forget about that man-to-man. Just get back there and try to cover all of those zones and make it a difficult throw for the quarterback.
2:55 to play in the first quarter. Patriots leading 14-0. Second down, 10. Ferguson lots of time. Throwing, and it is complete to Byron Franklin at the 4-yard line. Franklin went down to the goal line, turned it back up, and made the catch in front of Ray Claiborne, a pickup of 10.
Byron Franklin is taking advantage of the fact that it's a wet field. He knows where he's going to go. Ray Claiborne doesn't. The defensive man has to wait for the offensive man to cut. Ray Claiborne has to be aware they can't fall down. Coming back, making the catch, almost loses it. The Bills are in great shape. They're about the 4.5-yard line.
Franklin now 39 yards on 4 catches. New Orleans takes the lead over Atlanta 7-5. George Rogers scored from 3 yards out. Bell is banged hard. Don Blackman, number 55, the linebacker, leading the way. Boy, oh boy, did they pop him right there. It's going to be 3rd or 4th down and about 1.
It's the job of the defensive linemen to take the blocks off the linebackers and let them make the tackles. Watch number 55, Don Blackman. Oh, that's a beauty.
Well, they're going to call a timeout and talk things over. A critical call early coming up for the Bills. 14-0 New England. Cup will runneth over on November the 10th, the Breeders' Cup, the greatest day in horse racing history. And $10 million up for grabs. Don't forget that date, November the 10th, the Breeders' Cup on NBC.
Jay, what do you like down here?
Well, you know, I think this has been an excellent drive, and they'd hate to come up empty. Maybe they should kick the field goal. On the other hand, this is a young club who needs a big lift, and they're going to go on 4th and 1.
I'd like to see Ferguson on a rollout myself.
The handoff goes to Bell. It is going to be very close. The Patriots think they've stopped him.
I think they're right.
Claiborne and Tippett came up from the corners to make the play, and they did make the stop. Here it is.
Well, they just decided to run behind Ken Jones and Richter on the left side. The Patriots have stopped them. You know, you can second guess any time, but Ferguson is such a good runner that I would like to have seen him roll out, because you have 2 options then, the run or the pass. But
well, a disappointment here. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
73, offensive left guard for the Patriots, John Hanna, 7-time Pro Bowler, and they have been running his way an awful lot this afternoon.
First down, the call to Collins, and he is stacked up. Might have gotten a yard. The Bills led by Lucius Sanford, number 57. You know, you talk about John Hanna. The Washington Redskins have their hogs, but that's the original hog there. And I want to tell you, he's the super hog. What a great, great player. 155th game. Only Adams and offensive tackle Tom Neville have played more games for the Patriots.
That's some load on that left side. Brian Holloway weighing in at about 290. Some twosome.
2nd down and 8 from near the 7-yard line. Collins getting out to the 12-yard line before Darrell Talley, number 56, wraps him up. Fouts has thrown another touchdown pass to Wes Chandler. San Diego leading it 14-3, still in the first quarter. Montana to Carl Monroe, and San Francisco and Detroit are at 7-all. The Cardinals, Neil Lomax to Pat Tilley, a 15-yarder, and the Big Red lead the Packers 7-0 in the early going.
Jay, Brian Holloway and John Hanna on the left side are dominating the line of scrimmage. They're just blowing Ken Johnson back out.
3rd down and 2. Brogan with all kinds of time on the run, and he slips. And he does not get the first down, I believe. As Rodney Bellinger, the rookie, popped down on him, it looked like Grogan was going to get there. He's a little disappointed he slipped. We'll remind you it rained here early this morning. Clearing off now, but the field is a little slick. The end of the first quarter, 14-0 New England. With Gene Washington, Jay Randolph here at Rich Stadium as we go into the second quarter of play. Luke Prestridge, a 6-year veteran from Baylor, who's taken over for Rich Camarillo, the All-Pro, who is out doing the punting. This is Donald Wilson. Wilson at the 45 got across to the 44-yard line before he slipped down. The defensive back, Paul Dombrowski, number 47, making the tackle. The first quarter statistics. That was a 41-yard punt and a 9-yard return. Time of possession pretty even there. We got the Redskins playing over there, if you noticed. If I didn't mention that, I know somebody would. We'll get that fixed. This is the Patriots of New England and the Bills of Buffalo. Ferguson under pressure, setting up the screen to the right side to Hunter at the 40, 35, 30, down to the 26-yard line. Tony Hunter, the #1 draft pick a year ago out of Notre Dame, who made the all-rookie team, picks up 17 yards. Weissoon 53 and Tippett 42 on the tackle.
Give Joe Ferguson, the veteran quarterback, credit for this play. Look how he rolls out. Everybody's thinking pass to that side. Then he comes back with the tight end screen. 3 blockers out front. Okay, let's knock somebody down. Good block there. Gets tackled from behind. Beautifully executed play. And if the field were a little drier, that would have gone a lot further.
Yeah, Will Grant could have moved out a little quicker. They might have gotten a great deal more out of it. Bell down to the 25 and inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Bell's a very sharp young man. He's not quite as quick as Cribbs was to the hole, but some people say he's better in the open field, believe it or not. Sims 77 and Roland James, the strong safety 38, made the tackle. They send Buster Barnett now, tight end, into the game. Take Preston Denard, the wide receiver, out. So it's Hunter and Barnett, 2 tight ends in there. Second down at about 5.
They're in good shape because now they're in that middle zone where you can go either pass or run. So they have the advantage over the defense. The defense has to be looking for that run. So this is a good situation for the Bills.
Giving to the second man through, Greg Bell. Penalty marker goes down. Bell getting to about the 18-yard line. Kenneth Sims, 77, was there. And the penalty will go against Buffalo. Red Cashin, the referee.
You know, as they march this ball off against the Bills, I talked to their coach yesterday, Kay Stevenson. We'll listen for the call.
Holding by number 72 on the offense. Still second down.
Call goes against Ken Jones.
And Kay said one of the things that they wanted to accomplish this year, last year, they led the league in injuries. Last year, they led the league in penalties. Either one of those things will kill you. They had both of them last year. That was one of their objectives, was to reduce the number of penalties, reduce their injuries. You know, and this is a good example. Here they're in good position. Now they get a penalty at a crucial situation. Now they're way back even out of field goal range.
Second down, 15 at the 32-yard line. Patriots go into a prevent defense, and the pitch comes to Bell. Bell at the 30, down to the 25. He got about 7 of it back. Dombrowski, 47, and Rick Sanford, number 25, make the tackle as we get a ground-level view of this play.
Greg Bell is a gliding type of runner. And when I say gliding, I mean he takes long strides, whereas Joe Cribbs was a shorter stride, a little quicker. But as you mentioned before, when he breaks through the line, I think he's a faster, straighter head runner than Cribbs was. But, you know, I hate to belabor the point, but Joe Cribbs added so much to the team, not only as a runner, but also as a pass receiver.
Third down, 9. Out of the shotgun. And a fine catch made by Hunter. He's got the first down, I believe. Yes. At the 16-yard line. Don Blackman on the coverage. Hunter does an excellent job here of getting this ball, getting possession before he went out of bounds.
And he comes out of the backfield, And with this crown on this field, when the quarterback throws the ball to the sideline, the passes tend to be a little high, but that's not a problem for Tony Hunter. He stands about 6'4", so he's able to reach up there, pull that ball down without jumping. And oftentimes when you jump near the sideline, it carries you out and you don't get it. But he came up with the first down.
First down. Problem for Bell. Might have gotten a yard near the 15. Weissoon 53 and Nelson 57 on the tackle. Miami and Washington are tied up as Riggins has scored for the Redskins. Fouts to Wes Chandler. 2 touchdowns, 14-3 the score in that one. It's Detroit leading San Francisco on an Eddie Murray field goal of 39 yards. The Giants have a 7-3 lead over Philadelphia. New Orleans 7-5 over Atlanta. Kansas City 7-3 over Pittsburgh. Chicago 3-0 over Tampa Bay. The Cardinals leading Green Bay 7-0. Second down and 9. Moore and Bell behind Joe Ferguson. Rushes on. Ferguson never saw Andre Tippett coming. Tippett coming from the outside linebacker spot. You know, they liken this fellow to Lawrence Taylor. He's a number 2 pick, played for the Hawkeyes of Iowa, played for Hayden Fry, number 56. Watch him come out of the top right hand of your screen here.
As you mentioned, Jay, he's a terrific pass rusher. He had 8.5 sacks last year, and he just blew by. That was Bell trying to make the block. He had no chance at all. Tippett just blew by him for the sack.
A 12-yard loss on the play, puts the ball back at the 28-yard line. Third down, about 22. Spread them out all over the field. Shotgun. Ferguson over the middle, trying to beat the blitz. And he was trying to get that ball to Julius Dawkins, but he didn't have much of a shot. Oh, it'll bring up a 4th down. And I think we'll get a field goal attempt by Joe Danello. Danello, a free agent, joined the Bills last September, led the Bills in scoring. Danello, who played at Washington State, a 10-year veteran. It'll be a 45-yard attempt. Matt Coulter will hold. A line drive kick that is no good. Wide to the left. So the Bills have missed on a couple of opportunities with 10:53 remaining in the second quarter. The Patriots 14, the Bills nothing. Washington, Jay Randolph here at Rich Stadium. Irving Fryer, the rookie from Nebraska, number 1 pick, is in the football game. Somewhat of a surprise. The cracked ribs. He told us he probably would not play today, but here he is. Brogan throwing, completing. Derek Ramsey across the 35, out to the 37-yard line. Darryl Talley makes the tackle. Let's go to New York and NFL 84.
All right, Jay, Steve Grogan looks good at RFK Stadium. The defending NFC champions have tied it up against the Dolphins. John Riggins from the 1. It is 7-7. First meeting between these two teams since Super Bowl 17 out in Pasadena.
Bill McAtee, thank you very much for bringing us up to date on that one. 14-0 here as we have a measurement. Gene, Buffalo in their last 2 possessions, 13 plays, 66 yards, no points. Then 8 plays. And they moved it down in good shape before the penalty and the sack. No points. Steve Grogan, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 for 5, a perfect day. 10:36 to go in this first half, and the Patriots with a first down at their own 38-yard line. Nick Lowry has kicked a 38-yard field goal. Kansas City leading Pittsburgh 10-3, second quarter. Temperature in the 80s here, a glorious Sunday afternoon in western New York. Hope you're enjoying week 1 of the NFL wherever you are this afternoon. Right up the middle, Tony Collins got just over the 40-yard line. Ben Williams, 77 on the tackle. Today's game is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By express mail service from the post office. We deliver excellence for less. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade is thirst aid for that deep down body thirst. Tony Collins with 50 yards on 10 carries so far this afternoon. 2nd and 7. The Patriots 41. Almost a big play. Irving Pryor was the intended receiver. Rodney Bellinger the rookie. And that might have been 6 points.
I'm very surprised that they threw him this pass in this situation. He already has cracked ribs. Why put him into a situation where you're most likely to get your ribs hurt again? This is the most dangerous pass in all of football.
It reminds me of the pass we showed right at the top of the show today, the injury on August 17th against the Redskins. 3rd down and 7. 9.5 to play, first half, 14-0. Patriots lead the Bills. Brogan straight back. And 19 yards to Tony Collins, first down. Freeman 22 on the tackle.
Look at the time that the offensive line gives Grogan. He's just standing there. But a great catch. I mean a great catch by Tony Collins. You know, it might not look that difficult, but when you're running across field like that and you have to reach up high to catch that ball, that is a tough catch for a wide receiver, let alone a running back. That's a terrific play by Tony Collins.
The call again. Ken Johnson, the right end, number 91, coming up to make the tackle. Pryor is out of the game now. We've got Jones, 83, and Stephen Starring, 81, as the wide receivers.
The Bills are going to have to do something to stop this rushing attack of the Patriots. Okay, what did the Raiders do against the Redskins in the Super Bowl? What they did was that they brought their linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage and dared them to throw the football. And they're going to the Bills are going to have to do something similar. They're going to have to stop this run. They have to stop it.
The fake, and Brogan with time, throwing all along. There he is, Stephen Starring, out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Was he wide open? Gee, did somebody miss coverage? It was Bush who made the tackle.
The problem here as we watch Starring go across field, look, he's going across field across the zone. The problem here is that there's no pass rush. No one can cover in the backfield if you give the quarterback this much time. The problem here is that the defensive backs were way back in their zones. They kept backing up. But the Bills had no pass rush. Let's watch. Let's count. You're supposed to get 3 seconds. That's 2, 3, 4. 4.5 seconds. You can't do that. You can't do that anywhere.
34-yard pickup. Starring having a sensational first half. 1st and goal to go. Play action. Brogan throwing. Overthrows his intended receiver, Derek Ramsey. Starring has caught 3 passes in this game for 105 yards. He averaged 22.9 on 17 catches in 83. Brogan going into the huddle. Steve, who played at Kansas State. There's Ron Meyer. He was an Eagle Scout as a young man. Former personnel assistant at Dallas. Starring's 2nd 100-yard game as a professional. Tony Collins goes in, 3rd score of the first half for the Patriots.
Well, the number 3 draft choice for the Bills, that's Rodney Bellinger. I don't think he faced many runners like Tony Collins in college. Watch this. Collins just runs right through the tackle. No good. There you see Belgium back there slapping the AstroTurf. It's too late now.
Try for the extra point coming. As you see Grogan talking things over. The barefoot boy. Franklin booms it up. 7:49 left to play in the first half. Patriots 21, Bills nothing. Daxbaum, he took the Bills today.
But it doesn't look too good right now.
Oh, we got a long way to go. Long way to go. Let's not knock the old axe yet. He had a pretty good year last year. Franklin kicking off. At the goal line, Wilson. At the 5. Wilson comes out of the pack, cuts it up at the 15, 20 out to the 24-yard line. Well, a very, very fine return. John Williams, number 44, on the tackle. Pretty good job, Gene Washington, of getting this ball out of a real mess.
Especially on this field, which is still damp. The key to that is that when he ran up in the middle, most runners would just sort of go down. He didn't give up. He kept his feet going. We'll be back in just a moment.
With Gene Washington, Jay Randolph at Rich Stadium, 7:34 to go in the first half. Adams is in the game now for the Patriots, number 85. McGrew in at an outside linebacker spot, number 50. Lester Williams, number 72 at the nose. Ferguson using play action, throws over the middle. He completes it to the rookie Speedy Neal out of Miami. McGrew 50 and Weishun 53 making the tackle. The Giants now lead Philadelphia 14-6 in the second quarter. Sims to Byron Williams, a 65-yard play. Atlanta 12-7, second quarter over New Orleans. Bartkowski to Alfred Jackson, a 50-yarder. And the Otis Brown has scored from 3 yards out, and Kansas City leads 17-3 over Pittsburgh. Second down and 7 from the 26. 21-0, the Patriots. Bad throw here, and making sure that ball got out of bounds because there was some question as to whether it was a backward pass or not. Was Denard over there, and I think that's what they're going to rule. They're going to rule it was a backward pass and spot the ball back at the 21-yard line.
Ferguson got a lot of pressure from the outside linebacker. That was Larry McGrew. And I'm really surprised at the amount of blitzing that the Patriots are doing. But there's a reason for it, I think. You blitz a team when they have young people back there who miss their blitz pickup. If you have young running backs back there, Greg Bell is a young back. Sometimes they are not aware that they should be picking up that linebacker. Sometimes it just slips their mind a little bit. So you keep the heat on the quarterback, and that's what happened on that last play.
Mitchell Brookins, number 81, a great star at Illinois, in the lineup now. 3rd and 13, and the pass coming out and dropped by Tony Hunter. Hunter let it get away. Ronnie Tippett was there on the coverage. Well, Ferguson a little extra careful maybe today. The Patriots intercepted Ferguson a total of 7 times in the 2 games these teams have played last year.
But Joe has to fight the battle of not getting discouraged. He delivers a beautiful pass here, hits Tony Hunter right in the breadbasket, but Tony is looking to see where he's going to go to try to pick up the first down. Now, what Ferguson has done sometimes in the past is that he'll get a little down when other people make mistakes. But he has to fight that because a lot of people are looking at him for leadership. Even if he does his job, he still, and other people don't do theirs, he's got to try to keep them boosted up.
John Kidd, the rookie punter, a dandy, starring back at the 31, 35, 40, 45, penalty marker down, starring going down to the 30 and out of bounds, but a penalty marker down back at the 33-yard line. And Kidd, who punted and is a fine athlete, is the man who knocked him out of bounds, but they're going to bring it back. We have something that you'll see this year, our referee calling the penalty, and then he will let us know what the penalty is while the umpire steps off the penalty. We think it'll save a little time and make it a little easier. It was a 49-yard punt.
Illegal ball during the run back. Number 43 by the receivers. First down and 10.
The call against the Patriots. 21-0. Back with more in a moment.
The illegal block by Ernest Gibson as Steffen runs back. Watch, he's going to block number 25. Right from behind. That wasn't even close.
First down from the 23-yard line. Grogan intercepted. Coming back is Charlie Rome. Rome at the 30 and out of bounds. Charles Rome's 13th career interception. The 8-year veteran from North Carolina Central picked it off.
Jay, there was obviously some confusion on the part of the receivers and the quarterback. Watch Steve Grogan. There's some confusion here. Look, he's trying to get the ball to Derek Ramsey. Ramsey is way away from it. There was some confusion there. Charlie Rome's, a veteran cornerback, comes up with a turnover. There you see Irving Fryer on the other side. The ball was simply thrown much too far for Derek Ramsey. There was some confusion between him and the quarterback.
First down for the Bills at the 28. Greg Bell cracks down inside the 25-yard line. They've had 2 opportunities to score, the Bills, and haven't been able to do it. They vitally need to capitalize on this break as we look at Romes, who came up with the interception, as Grogan is 7 out of 10, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Another thing they would like to do in addition to scoring, there's some scores coming up. Miami in the second quarter over the Redskins. Atlanta they're trailing New Orleans 14-12 in the second quarter. Tampa Bay over Chicago 7-3. They need to keep their defense off the field. They need to let their defense rest a little bit. If they can move down the field on the ground, it'll certainly help.
On second down, over the middle, Speedy Neal. Neal has a first down. I think they blew the play dead. They did. At the 12-yard line, the ball bounced out of there. It belongs to the Bills, as the Patriots had Clayton Wysoon and Steve Nelson, 53 and 57, there to make the tackle. It's a 12-yard pickup.
Nice, safe call. Fullback, Speedy Neal, number 40 run. He just lets the rush come by him, delay right up the middle. I don't know where he got that name, Speedy. He's big enough, but fast he's not. But a nice, safe play. Again, they need to get down, as you said, they need to convert to some points, but also let their defense get a rest.
Speedy Neal weighs 255 pounds. Reminds me a little of Pete Johnson.
Only a little.
A little, huh? Half of Pete Johnson. Ferguson. Stamping. Throwing. Oh, no! Incomplete. Byron Franklin. Oh, no, it was Tony Hunter. Hunter. Well, that's 2 that Hunter's dropped. And a penalty marker's down. Andre Tippett, the linebacker, had the coverage, a penalty against the Patriots.
Well, as they talk about this one, there's another flag down. I think it's going to be a personal foul call. Unsportsmanlike conduct, probably. There you saw Tony Hunter, number 87.
I was able to pick that up. Our referee, Red Cashion's microphone not operating, but Ray Claiborne is charged with the personal foul. And they put the ball down at the 3. So it's going to be first and goal to go at the 3-yard line. Booker, Moore, 34, and Speedy Neal, 41, in the eye behind Ferguson. Out they come now, and Hunter, the tight end, goes to the left side, and getting the call is Moore. And the ball bounced out under there and is up on top of the pile. The Patriots say they have the ball. And it will be retained by the Bills as Steve Nelson, 57, was in under there. And Ron Meyer, a little upset at this scene down near the goal line. Ball will be spotted at the 6. Second down. The fumble occurred after he was down.
Let's watch again. The key is if any part of the rudder is down. Okay, the ball pops out, but let's see.
He got it back there.
Well, I think he got it back.
Yeah, they say he fell back on it, and then when it came out again, the ball was dead. 2nd and goal to go. Ferguson. Oh, did he get hit? Joe got cracked at the 10-yard line. Andre Tippett, number 56, right there. Boy, this is hard-hitting football. They came out of the gate here today.
Andre Tippett, in a pass rushing situation, will line up as a down lineman. You don't want to go his way when you're trying to run the football, and Joe finds out why. They're from the left side of your screen in the middle. Oh! You know, there could have been a flag call there. I mean, he put the forearm right in Ferguson's face. That was not necessary. Could have had a personal foul call there. As a matter of fact, it should have been called.
3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Gene, these Bills vitally need a score here. 3rd and goal. Franklin goes in motion, comes back the other way, out of the shotgun. Tipped. Ball was tipped. He was trying to get it to Preston Denard, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal try.
Well, that zone defense I was talking about earlier that the Patriots like to use, they finally came to it. And Joe sat back there, but he had so many defenders in the coverage. And again, you have to remember we're playing on a wet surface. It's difficult for the receivers to cut. There you can see at the bottom of your screen the zone coverage developing. The ball is tipped. There it is, number 72.
Lester Williams.
Lester Williams, the nose tackle. He tips the ball, knocks it away.
The ball will be spotted out at the 17. 27-yarder on the way from Joe Danello. And the Bills are on the board. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the first half. New England Patriots 21, Buffalo Bills 3. To John Williams, number 44. Williams has taken over for Ricky Smith, who re-injured his hamstring and will not play anymore this afternoon. John Williams, a rookie from Penn State. And he gets the football at the 3. At the 15. To the 20. Out to the 22-yard line. Len Walterscheid, the safety, number 45 on the specialty unit, downfield to make the play. Walterscheid picked up on waivers from Chicago last season. Pryor is now out of the game. Cedric Jones, 83, and Stephen Starring, 81 of the wide receivers. I don't know why you play Pryor when you're leading 21-3 and he's got a cracked rib.
Well,
that's a point, huh? That's Tony Collins.
One of the nice things about the one-back offense, the H-back, or whatever you want to call it, the net result is you have 2 tight ends. What the Patriots will do, they'll come to the line of scrimmage, and about 30 to 40% of the time, the direction of their play won't be called until they get to the line of scrimmage. And they can do that with 2 tight ends. They'll find the strong safety, then they'll go the other way, and they do it with a numbering system. They call it check with me. That's one of the big advantages of that 2 tight end offense.
We're seeing this formation more and more in the pro game. 2nd down and 7 at the 25-yard line. Grogan throwing, and he was hit just as he got it away, intended for Derek Ramsey. The pass was low. Ben Williams, number 77, firing in on the play. It would have been a very tough catch for Ramsey. Big number 88. Fine blocker, came from the Raiders in the trade for Don Hasselback.
Well, he's the H-back in motion. The reason this ball was thrown too far is that Grogan got pressure from the outside from the linebacker and had to get rid of it before he wanted to. But number 88 is going to play a vital role in their offense. He'll come across in motion, give the defense a different look. You can also crack back on the nose tackle. Very versatile position, and Derek Ramsey plays his position as well as anyone.
3rd down and 7. Grogan going long, and it is incomplete. He was going for Stephen Starring again. And the rookie Bellinger, number 36, had the coverage. So a punting situation with 2:19 left to go in this first half for the New England Patriots.
A good pass would have been another 6 points for New England. Bellinger was there, but he didn't have the coverage. Steffen had it by 2 yards. That ball was thrown out of bounds.
That rookie's getting a workout, isn't he?
I'm telling you, another foot inside would have been 6 points.
Wilson dropping back as Luke Prestridge is set to punt it. Prestridge was in the Pro Bowl himself a couple of years ago. He came from Denver with Camarillo on the shelf. He's taken over. Wilson at the 34, at the 40, 45 to the 47-yard line. 2:09 to play in the second half, or in the second quarter. Withers, number 24, making the tackle, a 42-yard punt, 14-yard return. Miami, Dan Marino to Mark Duper's 74-yard touchdown. Riggs has scored for Atlanta, 19-14 in that one. David Woodley to Lewis Lips, an 80-yard touchdown pass, 17-10 Kansas City. Tampa Bay leads Chicago 7-3 second quarter. 21-3 here. The Patriots over the Bills. First down for the Buffalo Bills from their own 47-yard line. Ferguson throwing, completing down to the 45-yard line. Byron Franklin made a fine catch. Ronnie Tippett was right there. And the 2-minute warning will be given here. We'll be back for the final 120 seconds of the first half in a moment. Thanks to Rick for his participation, of course, in the United Way announcements. Rick, a 6-year veteran, originally a #1 draft choice back in '79. Played for the Gamecocks of South Carolina. 2 minutes to go. Ball just inside the 45-yard line. Second down and 2. Interesting opportunity here for Ferguson. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Out of the shotgun. First down. Booker Moore down to the 38-yard line. Nelson 57. Tippett 42 on the tackle. Well, Booker Moore out of Penn State, third-year man. Playing the best, really, since he's been here, they say.
New England is going to try to force the Bills to go for the field goal. They don't want to give up anything deep.
Ferguson on the run, throwing and completing. That's Mitchell Brookins, the rookie from Illinois. He's a big play man. Brookins, Rick Sanford made the tackle. They've got the first down at the 23-yard line.
Mitchell Brookins in preseason averaged 21.8 yards per catch. He was a running back in college and switched to wide receiver his second year. Again, Ferguson, one of the better running quarterbacks around. He breaks the pocket now. He's not thinking about running. He wants to get that ball downfield. They'd like to get 6 points here. Nice catch by Brookins. Let's see, how much? 1:27 to go. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time here.
And there's Ferguson talking things over with Kay Stevenson. Let's remind you, of course, coming up at halftime, Bob Costas and Mr. McAtee and Ahmad Rashad and Pete and all the crew will bring you up to date. NFL 84. This, the opening Sunday of the 1984 National Football League season. July 30th of 1960, the first AFL game ever. 16,000 watched over at Memorial Stadium here as Boston, then the Boston Patriots, won 28-7. The late Bob D. of Holy Cross, a defensive end, recovered a fumble in the end zone for the first points in the history of the American Football League. Ferguson throwing and completing again. It is Mitchell Brookins. They didn't get much out of it, about 3 or 4, as Don Blackman, the right outside linebacker, had diagnosed the play very well. Clock down to 1 minute and 10 to go. Patriots have 3 timeouts remaining. The Bills have 1. Ferguson batted down. The play made by Lester Williams again. Williams, big number 72, the third-year man from Miami.
The Patriots are changing up their defense. As we watch Ferguson throw, and the ball is going to be batted down. But what they're doing now is a combination of man and zone coverage. They're covering the underneath the short areas with man-to-man coverage. Then back deep, they're playing a zone. But the Patriots have been more effective against the Bills when they've gone all out man-to-man and brought some people on the blitz. It'll be interesting to see here now with third down. Do they continue to stay with that conservative zone, or do they put pressure on Ferguson and bring some of the linebackers on a blitz?
Dennis Owens has limped off the field. We'll be checking on him, the nose man, number 98. Third down. And down goes Ferguson. All the way back at the 33-yard line as Andre Tippett did an excellent job. Boy, Tippett is something else. I mentioned he reminds you a little of Lawrence Taylor. He's got a second degree in the black belt karate. And he's a number 2 draft pick and a strong backer from the outside.
Andre Tippett on the left side of your screen. He's being blocked by a big offensive tackle. That's number 70, Joe Devlin. But little Andre Tippett is only 240 pounds. He just simply fights Devlin around, gets to the outside, gets in, and gets the sack.
That's the third sack, 31 yards. He's supposed to have a helmet on out there, isn't he, Gene?
The way he was celebrating, the damage was done then.
I'll tell you. The first scoring play came at 4:09 of the first period. 65-yard pass Grogan to Starring. Then it was a 3-yard pass Grogan to Ramsey, 7:03 of the first period. 7:40 of the second. Collins scored on a 4-yard run. It was 21-0. And the Bills have a field goal from Joe Danello. 21-3. Fourth down, 20 at the 32-yard line. 54 seconds remaining to be played in the first half.
The Patriots are going with 5, 6 defensive backs. If any place is going to be open, it's probably going to be in the middle. Get a first down, they'll probably have to throw the ball down the middle.
Have to get it inside the 12-yard line for a first down. Well, that didn't do him any good. Mitchell Brookins took it in at the 20. Obviously, there was nothing open over the middle.
The only chance you have when you're playing against a defense, when you have 5 or 6 defensive backs, the only place that you really have a chance to get a deep throw is going to be down the middle. Let's watch from the end zone. But maybe this is the only receiver that Ferguson felt he had a chance for. But New England's going to give him that. They'll give him that play. But I've been really impressed with the way New England's defense is really, I mean, they've been a very aggressive defense. They blitz a little more than I've anticipated, and Andre Tippett on that outside has just been phenomenal.
He has been a tiger. 49 seconds left to go in the first half. Steve Grogan at the controls, the 10-year man from Kansas State. Played for the Wildcats in Little Manhattan, Kansas. Up over the 25 goes Tony Collins. Collins to the 27-yard line where Eugene Marv, number 54, makes the play. NFL 84 coming your way, bringing you up to date on the happenings, first half of many of the games that are underway around the National Football League on this first Sunday in September.
Well, if the Patriots were feeling any of the pressure from being touted so highly, they certainly haven't shown any ill effects. As a matter of fact, it seems as though they are responding to it.
Ron Meyer's already taken off his headphones, and they've headed toward the dressing rooms as we come to the end of the first half. Here at Rich Stadium, a crowd of, I'm guessing, around 50,000 has watched the Patriots pick up 21. The Bills have had their opportunities, but they have only 3. So it's the end of the first half here at Rich Stadium. Halftime activities coming up. The score, New England Patriots 21, Buffalo Bills 3.
5-yard touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the Pats, who beat Buffalo last year 31-0 in Buffalo and 21-7 in Foxborough. Still in the first quarter, it's Derek Ramsey on the receiving end of this short flip. That made it 14-0. Later, as the Bills tried to regroup, Greg Bell was stopped by Raymond Claiborne on a 4th and 1 at the 5. The drive is stopped. Tony Collins had a 4-yard touchdown run later in the half. A Joe Danello field goal is all the Bills have to show for their first 15 minutes of effort. 21-3 in favor of New England.
The entertaining here in the first half. Jay Randolph with Gene Washington. 21-3 Patriots. Anything surprise you?
Well, I'm a little surprised by the blitzing that the Patriots have done. Generally, with Rod Rushton, the defensive coordinator, they tend to be a little more conservative. But I think the reason they're blitzing more, and Tippett looked fantastic, didn't he, is that I think because of the young people the Bills have in their offense. Let's take a look at some of the plays from Tippett. Coming from the outside, number 56. This is one of the. I think he came up with about 2 or 3 sacks all over the field today. Let's watch again. He's going to come from the left side of your screen. Number 56, Andre Tippett. Oh, that's the one where he gave that elbow, and I thought there could have been a penalty call on this one. That was some shot.
Remember this play here? He loses his helmet, but gets the job done.
But he does, and he celebrates a little bit. You know, there's supposed to be a penalty against the celebration. I don't know. Maybe they thought this was spontaneous enough. But anyway, again, blitzing by the Patriots, a little unexpected. But the running backs are responsible for pickup blitzes, and Greg Bell is a young player. And I think that the Patriots have taken advantage of the fact that he's inexperienced.
There's been missed opportunities, of course, for the Buffalo Bills. One thing, though, that has to be impressive to me is that Joe Ferguson has not gotten his dauber down. His head's not down like it used to be. He knows he's got to be the leader here.
Well, I think you're exactly right. And again, a situation of missed opportunities. But one of the things that they wanted to eliminate were penalties. And that's what's killed them. The blitzing and the penalties really hurt themselves. They'd had lots of scoring opportunities.
All right, we're going to come back after these messages that are coming up. And also a word from your local station. And also a word from your local station. Well, summer may be slipping away, but it's not slipping too far away on a day like this. Super Sunday weather-wise, and folks are enjoying the sunshine here. There are those first half statistics. And it's 21-3. The Patriots, 221 total yards.
Usually time of possession is a key to a team doing well, but you look at the Bills, 16, almost 17 minutes. The Patriots, 13. But the key is total yardage. The Patriots, resoundingly 221 yards to 137. The key, the play of the offensive line for the Patriots. That left side with Hanna and Holloway, they've just been phenomenal in this first half, and the Bills are going to have to do something to stop them. They're going to have to bring their linebackers up a little tighter to do something, because that offensive line of the Patriots is just controlling the tempo of this game.
In preseason play, New England was 2-2, and they lost here to Buffalo 23-13. The Bills were losers to Seattle, Detroit, and Chicago. Won only the one game from New England, although it was quite evident that the loss to Chicago, they were pointing toward this game. The Patriots will have Tony Franklin, San Antonio, Texas, to put it in play. Wilson and Williams set to receive. Penalty marker goes down. That's Wilson out of the end zone at the 10, the 15, up the sideline. Gets across the 20-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is all about. Keith Lee, number 22, down there to make the play. Offside on the kickoff for the New England Patriots. Well, let's see if they want to try it again.
Well, it looks like they've already decided to do it.
They're going to kick it again. Might as well give one of those deep backs another shot. Wilson or Williams trying to break it out of there a little better. Tony Franklin, he's put on a little weight. They say that actually, though, he has lost some weight. So he must have put on quite a bit before he started losing it. I should talk, I guess, huh? But
it's those white pants.
I guess so. They just make him look like he looms larger than he really is. 59-yard field goal at Dallas as a rookie, his longest. He beat out 5 other kickers in training camp. And as I mentioned earlier, the Patriots hope that they've solved their placement problems. Well, he'll kick it down from the 30-yard line as we get this second half underway. Donald Wilson at the 10. At the 20. Well, they didn't get much one way or the other on that.
They lost. I think they lost yardage.
Might have lost a yard or two. Mosi Tutupu, number 30, making the play for the Patriots. Well, the Bills try to get back into it, Gene, and what they'd like to do right now is to have a drive and be able to come down the field and get 6.
And avoid the penalties. Again, they've gotten down. They've had some opportunities, but it's either been a sack, you know, someone missing a pickup, or hurting themselves with a penalty.
Julius Dawkins wide to the left as the handoff goes up the middle. That was Greg Bell getting it to about the 25-yard line. Steve Nelson, 57. Speedy Neal, number 41 in there, with a career at the University of Miami that was really excellent. USFL's ill-fated Miami team was trying to get him, and he was late coming to camp. I'm sure he's glad he didn't sign with them since they don't have a team any longer. 2nd down and 7. Byron Franklin in motion to give to Van Williams. And Williams getting out to the 29-yard line. Williams, number 23, out of Carson Newman, a second-year man, in the backfield now with Speedy Neal. And Roland James, number 38, the strong safety, makes the stop for the Patriots.
You know, Jay, we talked a lot about the offensive line play of the Patriots, but let's not forget that the Bills have a very good offensive line. They're not as big as some lines, but they're a veteran group. It was only a few years ago that they had the least number of sacks in the entire league. So they're a good group, too.
3rd down and 3. Out of the shotgun. Ferguson throwing long, and it is overthrown as he was trying to get it to Julius Dawkins. Rick Sanford had the coverage. A pass intended for Dawkins as Ferguson comes out now. 3:15 left, or 13:15 left to play in this, the 3rd quarter. And the Bills will have to give it up. John Kidd, the rookie, will come on to do the punting.
He's done a good job in preseason, 44.3. As you mentioned, beat out Greg Cater for that position.
Born in Illinois, he grew up in Findlay, Ohio.
Needs a good one here to try to get the Patriots out of good field position for the Bills.
Stephen Starring is back. It's a high hanger. And Starring fair catching at the 37-yard line. 13:07 to play in the 3rd quarter. A 34-yard punt. Back with more in a moment.
34-yard kick.
Dennis Owens, twisted left ankle. We understand he should be able to continue playing today for the New England Patriots. Patriots operating 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Tony Collins across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Collins, who rushed for 1,049 yards in '83 and made the Pro Bowl, stopped by Freeman, 22, and Marv, 54. Now looking out at John Hanna as we look at these scores. Miami leading Washington 21-10, and the Green Bay Packers now leading St. Louis 21-7. I'm reminded that Hanna had more in a passing interest in the news out of Dallas this week, probably. Randy White finally is signed with the Cowboys, and that means Hanna knows who's going to be blocking on Thanksgiving Day. You see that game right here on NBC. And this pass intended for Stephen Starring, way behind him as Darryl Talley, the 2nd-year outside linebacker from the University of West Virginia, an All-American for the Mountaineers, made the play.
The Patriots were very successful in the first half with the short passing game. the Bills are countering with the blitz, bringing their linebacker from the outside. That time it was Darrell Taylor. Put the pressure on Brogan. Brogan had to release the ball sooner than he wanted. The result was an incompletion. I assume we'll see more of that type of play.
He was third in sacks last year in his rookie season for the Buffalo Bills. Third down and 5, and nothing there for Tony Collins. The Bills defense hanging tough, led by Ben Williams, number 77. Big Ben, a pass rusher par excellence right there, out of Mississippi in his 9th year. Punting time for the Patriots.
1-yard loss. Wilson deep for Buffalo.
Williams just missed the Pro Bowl last year after going the year before. Has been considered year in and year out the best defensive lineman on this Bills team. 10 sacks last season. Good all-around player. Plays the run well, too.
Luke Prestridge to punt. Donald Wilson back to return. Wilson taking at the 15. At the 20. Boom. He goes down as he got to the 21-yard line. And leading the way, number 57, Steve Nelson. A 43-yard punt, a 6-yard return. New England 21, Buffalo 3. Wonderful mother of our director, Jim Cross, who is in the Canandaigua Hospital near Rochester, watching today and improving, and hope she's enjoying this one. Over the middle, the pass goes to Tony Hunter. And Hunter hit down at the 28-yard line by Clayton Weissoon, number 53.
Well, let's watch from the end zone. Clayton Weissoon, number 53. You can see him. Now you see Ferguson throwing the football, and you got a quick glimpse of Tony Hunter making the catch. You have to be quick. If you want to watch this game and appreciate it, you have to be quick.
You ought to know. You were quick enough. Brody used to just will that ball down to you, didn't he?
That's what he said. Except he didn't will it enough.
Second down and 3 at the 29-yard line. And this one comes out into the flat to Byron Franklin. He's got a first down at the 40-yard line. Raymond Claiborne, number 26, made the stop after an 11-yard pickup on the play.
But Byron got a little too anxious on that play. He's supposed to catch the ball, wait for his blockers. Ken Jones, number 72, is trying to get out in front, but watch. There's Ken Jones saying, wait a minute, come on, I'm going to get out and block for you, little guy.
All he had a chance to do was shove him forward a yard. They spot the ball back at the 39-yard line. It is a first down. 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. 21-3, New England. Ferguson throwing and completing to Hunter. Hunter has a first down at the 43-yard line. Rick Sanford making the play from the free safety spot. I mentioned at halftime, Ferguson doesn't have his head down today. He knows how important his role is here.
Let's watch the inside linebacker, number 57, the veteran Steve Nelson. He's on the coverage, but he has a tough job because Tony Hunter not only is a big, strong tight end, but very nifty. Steve Nelson has done such a great job playing that inside spot for the Patriots over these years. Very smart, heady player. He was in good position, but Tony Hunter comes up with a big catch.
Miami leading Washington in the third quarter. 28-10. Marino to Mark Clayton, the touchdown. 18-yard pickup a moment ago. Ferguson going for another first down to Byron Franklin down at the 30-yard line. Ferguson throwing smoothly now. 13-yard pickup. Claiborne on the tackle.
The key to this pass reception is the play of the offensive line by the Bills. Again, we talked about how well the Patriots line is done. They're doing a very good job of pass protection. Everyone knows that Ferguson is a good passer. He's throwing to a receiver, has lots of speed, and that even causes Ray Claiborne to back up. So when that offensive line gives him the time, he can get the ball there. Now, if they can just prevent from hurting themselves with the penalties.
Franklin, 7 catches, 70 yards. There are Ferguson's statistics. And he's going to go upstairs again. Out it comes, incomplete to Booker Moore. Booker got a hand on it and just couldn't make the catch out there. Tippett had the coverage. Booker at Penn State, an outstanding star for Joe Paterno, and as I mentioned, he's had a very fine preseason. On the other hand, Ferguson did not have a good preseason, but the 12-year veteran from Arkansas who played at Woodlawn High in Shreveport, where Terry Bradshaw also went to school, is a cool customer, and Kay Stevenson has told him, you're our guy. You have to realize that we have to build this offense around you with so many people gone. Butler is gone. Lewis is gone. Fritz is gone. Leaks is gone.
Mosley, the other receiver, is out.
Out of the shotgun, Ferguson throwing, completing, and cutting it up is Booker Moore. Short of the first down at the 23-yard line. Don Blackman, number 55, was there and ran him out of bounds.
Again, as we watch from the end zone, give credit to the offensive line. Will Grant, Orchard, Richard, Jones, Devlin. They're giving Ferguson time to throw the football, and when you go in at half, you know, you say, okay, what are they doing, the problems they're presenting to us on our offensive line protection? It seems as though they've solved those problems, and it's really working to their advantage here in the second half.
Detroit, Gary Danielson to Jones for a touchdown. 21-13 Green Bay, as Otis Anderson has just scored for the Cardinals. Big play here. Third and a long two. Franklin in motion. Ferguson over the middle, complete, and I think they've got the first down. Julius Dawkins took the catch at the 19. First down, Buffalo Bills. Nice move, number 53 with the tackle, and this crowd trying to get their Buffalo Bills moving.
6 points here is going to make all the difference in the world. As we watch again, short passes, taking advantage of the underneath coverage. Dawkins almost lost his first down. He caught the football and started back, then he realized, hey, I'm going to lose this first down, and he's trying to just die in his tracks. Fortunately, he did, because if he'd just come back another step, they would have missed it.
7.5 to play in the third quarter. Booker Moore. Moore getting near the 17-yard line. Lester Williams, number 72, the nose man. Julius Adams, number 85, making the tackle. Adams, now in his 14th year, number 85, the oldest defensive lineman in the National Football League, and he's coming out and will be replaced by the third-year man, Doug Rogers from Stanford. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, 21-3. The Patriots lead it. Second down and 8 at the 17. Ferguson throwing, completing at the 10-yard line. Preston Denard, number 83, hit immediately by the linebacker, number 55, Don Blackman. And I'm going to say it right now, when Ferguson is good, he's like the little girl with a curl. He's very, very good, and he's been tough here in this third quarter.
Again, his line, his backs, they're giving him time to throw the football. They've made some adjustments. They're not taking as long to throw the ball because of the tremendous pressure they've gotten, for example, from Andre Tippett before. But now they're giving him time, and he's right on the money. There's Meyer on the sidelines. I think he's a little concerned there. These Bills have moved down there, and this time, you know, they haven't had those penalties that hurt them before. They're getting that momentum they've been looking for.
Third down and 1. Out of the eye, the second man through is Van Williams. He has got the first down. Williams banging it up the middle. Steve Nelson, number 57, making the play. Right now, this Bills offensive line has to deserve some credit.
I mentioned before, it's a veteran group. Ken Jones on the left, Rick to the center. Terrific center, and Will Grant, John Borchard, Devlin. They're moving that line of scrimmage. They're starting to assert themselves. Again, it's so important, the play of the offensive line. They can control the tempo of the football game, and the Bills' offensive line has done a good job here in the second half.
First and goal to go at the 8. Who had the coverage. Preston Denard could not hold on, number 83. We'll take a look from the end zone. Ferguson had a lot of time.
Ferguson wanted to get the ball to Byron Walker, who came across the field to the right side. Then he saw Preston Denard in the end zone. There you saw it, just tipped it away. Rick Sanford doing a terrific job. He dove and just nicked it, foul tipped that ball away from Pesce-Denard.
5 minutes, 25 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter. The Patriots lead 21-3. The Bills trying to score their first touchdown. Second down and 8 at the 8. Up on the wing goes Van Williams. Ferguson throwing and they march down the field and finally get the touchdown.
And they get the touchdown, Jay, on what was really a blown play between the quarterback and receiver. This play was supposed to be what we call a little fade pattern. The receiver had stopped. We couldn't see it on the replay, but the receiver had run another play. He looked back at the quarterback. He wasn't expecting the ball thrown his way. When he looked back, the defensive back looked back. And when the defensive back looked back, he lost the football. The result is 6 points for the Bills.
Danilo kicks the point after. 21 out of 30 for Ferguson. 198 yards and this touchdown. 21-10 Patriots.
Every day.
Interrupted as their Bills have gotten their first touchdown of this season. And you can talk about the home field advantage, but these folks are fired up. Williams back to receive the kickoff. Fumble. Out to the 21-yard line. Williams doing a good job picking up that ball. Len Walderscheid, number 45, on the tackle. We'll be back. 5:11 left to play in the third quarter.
76, Fred Swerles. We showed you him earlier in the game. This stadium is rocking. Those players down there for the Bills are really fired up. Let's see if they can stop the onslaught of the Patriots offensive line. Let's see what happens now.
First down from the 21-yard line. Grogan, play action. Grogan throwing downfield. Incomplete. Down at the 47-yard line, Derek Ramsey, the intended receiver, penalty marker downfield at the 26, and it looks like it will go against the Buffalo Bills.
I think it's going to be roughing the quarterback against the inside linebacker, Eugene Marr. And that's the very thing that's hurt these Bills so many times, the penalties. Penalties have killed them. Come up with a nice defensive play, and then they ruin it. It appears, anyway, with the penalty.
Referee Red Cashin. Well, we're still having trouble with his microphone. Eugene Marr was the man who was called for the infraction, apparently. You see Jim Haslett arguing. Dave Stevenson along the sidelines came to Buffalo with Chuck Knox back in '78. Miami doing it to the Redskins, 35-10, third quarter. Don Shula's team. Kansas City leads Pittsburgh. First down at the 36-yard line. Tony Collins to the 40. Jim Haslett, number 55, on the tackle. We don't have a sellout here today, but you'll never know it. My goodness, this crowd is alive.
Let's go down and watch the battle in the middle between Fred Swerles and the offensive guard. There's a wave going around. You see the Buffalo in the middle. Number 76, Fred Swerles. He's against Pete Rock. Swerles does his job. He stacks up everybody. He stands the offensive lineman up. Gets some help from the outside for the stop on Collins.
Brogan, complete. Lynn Dawson, the tight end, has the first down. Rod Cush, the free safety, making the tackle. Dawson out of North Carolina State, picking up 13 yards. He had a knee injury last season. Brogan found Lynn Dawson on the play.
Not known as a pass receiver, Jay. Known primarily for his blocking. Only caught, I think, 28 passes.
The outside linebackers converging to make the play.
Watch from the right side of your screen. The linebacker coming in on the play, number 56, Darryl Talley out there. Didn't start one game last year at all. Did special teams play, but didn't start one game, and he just simply beat out Irvin Parker, who was the starter there. Very aggressive linebacker. He's going to have a terrific future in the NFL.
Second down, 10. Grogan wants to throw. Over the middle. Incomplete. Intending for Cedric Jones. The pass a little too long. Donald Wilson had the coverage. Today's game is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. To arrange a thorough test drive, simply phone your nearest BMW dealer. By Michelob, one smooth and mellow taste. Some things speak for themselves. And by Wheaties. Big time crunch, big time treat. Wheaties, what the big boys eat. Well, the big boys are going at it here at Rich Stadium. And it's 3rd and 10 at the 46 for the Patriots.
Here comes a blitz. And, oh, he almost beat it. Almost beat it to Irving Pryor. Pryor was set to the left side. Watch the blitz. Number 22, the safety, Steve Freeman, coming on the blitz. Grogan does a good job of getting this ball away. Pryor just doesn't come up with a catch. He had 6 points all by himself down the middle, and as a receiver, you love to see a free safety blitz because it's wide open in the middle.
Do I remember Pryor dropping a pass like that in the Orange Bowl game? Ooh.
Yeah, but you know, I've seen that replay so many times. That ball was tipped, and people say he dropped that ball.
That's right.
No way he should be blamed for that one.
Luke Prestridge to punt. Donald Wilson back to return it. He's going to let it go, and into the end zone it goes. Touchback. And the Buffalo Bills, after the 46-yard punt, will put it in play at the 20-yard line when we come back to Rich Stadium in just a moment. The fine matchups next week. Set. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Pass comes out to Speedy Neal. Neal up the sideline. Run out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 16-yard pickup.
Nice counteraction on that play, Jay. He got the flow going one way, came back against the grain. That's Speedy Neal out in the flat. And let's watch again. He had the flow going one way, going to the right, came back to the left side. Speedy Neal beating the linebacker. That's Don Blackman. The Bills in the second half, they've really, they've got the thing going now. They've got some momentum. Again, if they can just avoid those penalties that have hurt them so much, they'll be all right.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. That's Dawkins going in motion to the far side. Ferguson over the middle and incomplete, intending it for Tony Hunter. Hunter was slipping down at the time. Clayton Wysoon, 53, was there with him. We've got an isolated view of the #1 draft choice out of Notre Dame last year. His fine tight end.
The thing that beats Tony Hunter here is the AstroTurf. Watch, when he goes for the football, he's going to stumble, right? That AstroTurf is, it's funny. It seems like, well, you shouldn't slip down on it, but it has such good traction that sometimes when you start to reach for a ball, it can cause you to stumble, and that's what happened with Tony on that play.
Mitchell Brookins comes into the game now, number 81. Second down and 10. Franklin goes in motion out of the shotgun. Penalty marker down. Incomplete. Over the middle. Pass was intended for Van Williams. Nelson on the play, and we've mentioned a penalty marker is down.
I think that that New England might have jumped off sides. It appeared as though someone broke the plane earlier. Nose tackle.
Watch the bottom left of the screen.
But that's not the penalty.
Nope, that's not the penalty. The flag was thrown earlier.
The penalty was the offsides. The nose tackle, I think it was Dennis Owens.
Saw that at the beginning of the play. Second down and 5 at the 43-yard line. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 21-10, the Patriots. Give goes to Van Williams. And Williams carrying that ball across the 45-yard line. Rick Sanford, 25, and Toby Williams, number 90, makes the play. It's a warm day here, as we mentioned before, and as you could see when we looked at the crowd, Paul Dombrowski has left the field of play. Number 47 for the Patriots. With heat exhaustion, he's not expected back. We've got a first down just shy of the midfield stripe. A minute and 55 to play in this third quarter.
3 wide receivers for the Bills. Again, I would expect that they're going to pass. They go for something short.
Denard, Dawkins, and Franklin. And the pass is complete at the 37-yard line to Byron Franklin. Franklin out of Auburn. 14-yard pickup. Raymond Claiborne, number 26. There's the Buffalo Bison.
The best thing for a receiver, particularly a young receiver or inexperienced receiver, is to get into the game and catch some passes. That's what's happened to Byron Franklin. His confidence level has increased dramatically. So he can now, he feels more relaxed, and he can come up with those plays that are difficult to catch. He's soaring right now.
Gene, you can feel the momentum in this stadium switching here. First and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's an end around to Hunter. Hunter cuts back, goes down to the 31-yard line. Boy, he's tough with that football. Tackle made by Julius Adams, number 85. As we look in at Ferguson.
Well, let's watch Tony Hunter on the reverse. He runs like a big fullback. Watch, someone's going to get their arms around him. That's Blackman, doesn't go down, lunges forward.
The gain is down to the 31-yard line.
They're in great shape now. Again, one of those positions where they can go with the run or pass. 2nd and 6. Now they really have the defense at a disadvantage.
15 seconds to play in the quarter. Van Williams, short of the first down at the 28. Williams upended by number 85, Julius Adams. Green Bay leading St. Louis 24-13 as we come to the end of the third quarter. The score, the Patriots 21, the Bills 10. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Jay Randolph at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, as we go to the fourth quarter. The Patriots 21-10. The Pats went out to a 21-0 lead. It was 21-3 at half. The only score of the third period belonged to the Bills. Third down and 2. Van Williams close to the first down. Williams hit by Steve Nelson, number 57. And looks like he's come up a little short. Fourth down and 1.
What a big call this is. Boy, third quarter stats, total yards. The Bills 308 total yards. The Patriots 244. That's a turnaround. The Bills have really come on here. Their intensity, everything is picked up in the second half.
Fourth and a long one. The ball just shy of the 28-yard line. Speedy Neal 41 and Van Williams 23 in the backfield behind Ferguson. Patriots. Ferguson changed his tempo a little bit to get this call, maybe?
Well, you never know. I mean, it could be the fact that New England was so over-anxious. Let's watch his head. See if he bobs his head and draws him off. Let's watch. Nope, that wasn't it. I think it was, you know, you never can tell. Sometimes the center will shift his hand on the ball, and that can draw people off. He didn't do it with his hand, though. He didn't move his head enough to ball.
Preston Denard, 83, and Byron Franklin, 85, the wide receivers, along with Dawkins, 89. Speedy Neal is a single setback. First down at the 23. Ferguson may have audibled here. He gives it to the big guy, and there's nothing there for him. Tackle made by Lester Williams, 72. Let's go to New York. Well, we won't go to New York for just a moment. We'll stay right here.
Yeah, you were right, though. He did change that play at the line of scrimmage. You could tell he was audibly because he looked at both sides and made sure that his receivers heard him. But the Patriots are up to it. Lester Williams' nose tackle makes the play.
Tony Hunter comes out. Devlin is back in.
Oh, look at that San Diego score.
Mitchell Brookins, number 81, is in the lineup. Ferguson throwing, and a great catch at the 14-yard line. A remarkable catch by Byron Franklin. Claiborne, 26, and Roland James were right there. James, 38. That's the best catch of the afternoon.
What did I tell you about his confidence being built up? Tip it. Outside linebacker come in and put on the pressure. But as you said, look at this catch. Roland James all over the coverage. When Franklin comes up with a play, again, I think it's because he had some success early and his confidence level is just soaring.
Franklin has caught 9 for 94 yards. Third down, a short yard at the 14. Neal and Williams behind Ferguson. It's Van Williams, and he's got the first down near the 12-yard line. Steve Nelson on the tackle. We've got another look at that catch a moment ago by Byron Franklin.
Well, let's take a look from the end zone, the far end zone. Again, you can see that the coverage is all over Franklin, but he concentrates on the football. Terrific job of concentration. 9 receptions, 93 yards. And there's no one on this entire field that feels better than Byron Franklin.
The Bills have a first down at the 12-yard line. Preston Denard is wide to the left. And it put Franklin in the slot over there as we look in at Joe Ferguson trying to rally his club. Over the middle, it's complete. Then fumbled at the 8-yard line. And it was Franklin who got the football and lost it. And I'm waiting to see if they're going to give the ball to the Patriots. They are.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that because he lost the ball while he was still up.
Roland James in on the play for New England.
Again, the things that have hurt the Bills so much, you know, these situations where they have penalties and turning the ball over when they get in scoring position. It's a shame that Byron Franklin has had such a great game, has to now turn around and give the ball up.
Ed Reynolds forced the fumble, and Roland James came up with the ball. The Patriots get it at the 9. 21-10. First and 10 from their own 10-yard line after the turnover. And Grogan's going to go right upstairs. Throws it out into the flat to Collins. And Collins gets about 4 yards before he's upended by Darryl Talley, number 56. Well, we've got some scores to bring you up to date on. The Giants leading Philadelphia. Montgomery has just scored on a 4-yard run. They're in the third quarter there. Kansas City leading Pittsburgh 34-20. Lowry's kicked a 47-yard field goal. New Orleans leading Atlanta 21-19. And Green Bay 24-20. Chicago 27-7 over Tampa Bay, third quarter. Second and about 6. A little delay that doesn't go. Tony Collins Fred Smerlas. Talley also there to help him out. I mentioned Smerlas, an all-pro.
The Patriots had their H-back, Derek Ramsey, coming down, trying to help on Smerlas. A little crackback block there, and that's what's caused the delay. Collins had to wait for Ramsey to come in there, make his block, and then he tried to go behind him.
3rd down and 3 from the 16. Cedric Jones is wide to the left, and they're going to call timeout. I don't like what they see. Problem.
They lined up wrong.
Yep, problem with the alignment, I think. Red Cashin coming out to talk to one of the officials. Timeout, New England. And it gives us an opportunity to take timeout with 10.5 minutes to play in this game. The New England Patriots lead the Buffalo Bills 21-10. And facing 3rd down and 3 at the 16-yard line. 10.5 minutes to play. The Patriots leading 21-10. Rogan right back. Over the middle. Completes it. That's Cedric Jones, and a big first down for New England. Charles Romes made the tackle, number 26. Jones doing an excellent job.
The offensive line again giving Grogan time. The linebackers had vacated the middle, man-to-man coverage on the outside, and Cedric Jones, he just runs away from Charlie Romes.
A 20-yard pickup and a very big first down. The Patriots now with some room to move. The ball out at the 38-yard line. Let's call it the 37. Grogan hands it off to Collins, or to Tupu. Mostly to Tupu, the 7-year man from USC. 5.5 average in '83. That was tops in the National Football League for the man who grew up in Hawaii, was born, of course, in American Samoa, Pago Pago. Darryl Talley, 56 on the tackle. Big Ten academic All-American. Assisted at Purdue. Ron Meyer, now in his 3rd year with the Patriots. 2nd down and 7. Oh, what a big play. Coming across. Darryl Talley, the All-American from West Virginia. He's a great-looking outside linebacking prospect.
The Bills want to make something happen, and they're trying to do it with their defense. Grogan faking the play action on the left side. We miss him. We get faked out too. Our cameraman does, but Talley does it. He comes in from the left side on that blitz, big sack. But what the Bills are doing on defense, they're saying, look, we're down. We're going to make something happen. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us because we're going to come after you. We're not going to sit back.
3rd and 17 for Grogan and the Patriots. In a prevent defense, Grogan throws. First down. Penalty markers are down back at the line of scrimmage, though. Cedric Jones made the catch, and they're going to bring it back. Red Cashin says, come on back. Boy, ever since this Buffalo Bill team scored their touchdown in the 3rd quarter, this crowd has really been with them.
Holding against Ron Wooten, the right guard. That's a good thing for Gary Thompson, that cornerback, because he had just really blown his coverage.
Ball will go back to the 21-yard line. 8:43 left to play. There's the penalty yardage this afternoon. Third down, 27.
Oh,
Flag goes down. The Patriots getting a free play here, and that is Tupu, hit by Lucius Sanford, number 57, as he got across the 30-yard line. Tupu, a number 8 pick, offside against this Buffalo Bills squad. will give Grogan and company an opportunity to still pick up the first down. Again, we apologize, and a problem here in the stadium with referee Red Cashin's microphone. Ben Williams, the Bills' number 77 at left end, was the man who jumped offside. So now they face third down.
The Bills need to put pressure on Grogan here some way. If they give him too long to throw the ball, he can come up with it.
Irving Fryer is flanked out to the left side, number 28. Fryer going long, and it is complete. And it looks like they've got the first down. A tremendous throw as Grogan came with that one down the side. We'll take a look at it as he got it to Cedric Jones.
I said before, they need to put pressure on him. If you give him too much time, he's going to come up with it. The Bills decided to go with a three-man rush. They couldn't get to him. He had plenty of time to throw the ball downfield. Granted, he did come up with a good play from Cedric Jones, but I think the reason he did was that he just had too much time to throw the ball. Only three-man rushing. The Patriots line did a good job of blocking.
Saw number 11 there, Champagne Tony Eason, who's the backup quarterback to Grogan. Grogan incomplete, intending for Lynn Dawson. Has thrown a little high as there was a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Haslett 55 and Talley 56 moving in.
They're a play too late for that blitz. They should have done it, I think, the play before.
Joe Washington has scored from 4 yards out, 35-17 Miami. Wendell Tyler, a 5-yard touchdown for San Francisco, 27-20 over Detroit. The Giants lead Philadelphia by 1. Jaworski's thrown to Quick. Atlanta 26, New Orleans 21. Bartkowski to Stacey Bailey. Lowry's kicked a field goal to increase Kansas City's lead. Grogan threw behind his intended receiver, Irving Fryer. The rookie Rodney Bellinger covering, penalty marker down.
Flag down.
Yeah, penalty marker back at the 41-yard line. Holding. Holding indicated against New England. 7:44 remaining to be played in this one. The Patriots leading 21-10. While we have this penalty and a slight pause, we'll remind you that today's game is brought to you by Mazda, who invites you to experience the remarkable Mazda RX-7. By Federal Express Zap Mail, an extra copy delivered door-to-door in just 2 hours. And by Castrol, motor oil engineered for today's smaller, higher revving engines. Third down and 10 for the Patriots. They operate at their own 48-yard line. Grogan hit, and let's see what they call it. The ball will go over to the Buffalo Bills.
Rod Cush coming in. Safety blitz, number 42. Grogan didn't see him at all. Let's watch from the end zone.
Was his arm in motion?
The right side of your screen. Coming from the right side of your screen, number 42. That's Rod Cush. No, his arm was not going forward. That, the official's a good call. That is a fumble.
The arm was back, but not going forward. A turnover with 7:38 to play. Here are the Bills at the Buffalo 44-yard line. They're down 21-10. Dawkins going in motion. Ferguson gets away from one man, gets another block, and got a couple down to the 41-yard line. I'll tell you, these two teams came to play today. It's tough down there in the trenches. It was Lester Williams, number 72, who made the tackle on Ferguson at the 41-yard line. Clock running as we near the 7-minute mark to play. You see the patches on the shoulders? 25th anniversary of the American Football League. A man like Lamar Hunt can be very, very proud of what he started with the likes of Bud Adams and others. And of course, the folks here in Buffalo and the folks in New England, then Boston. Banging up, Booker Moore. Booker Moore to the 20-yard line. 21-yard pickup. With the departure of Joe Cribbs, he's going to have to take on a more important role for the Bills, and he did it. Marion 31 and Tippett 42 made the tackle.
When you call a quick opener like this is usually a result from someone upstairs seeing something and relaying it down and saying, look, they're slanting one way or another. Let's take advantage of just a little quick opener. I think that play came from the coaches up here in the booth. They saw it. They went to it. Nice game for the Bills.
Action aplenty here at Rich Stadium from both sides. They've been going full tilt. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Ferguson gives to Van Williams. Williams out of bounds near the 21-yard line. Sprung out the pursuit rather well. Roland James, 38, coming over to make the play.
It's always difficult to run wide against a 3-4 defense. The reason being you have 4 linebackers who have good pursuit angle. There you see number 57, Steve Nelson, who gets in, slows things down for the other Patriots to come over and help make the tackle.
No gain on the play, let's call it. 2nd down. San Francisco and Detroit are tied up. Danielson to Leonard Thompson, a 49-yarder. Ferguson from the shotgun. Along the 10-yard line, he was intending for Tony Hunter. Don Blackman did an excellent job. Chicago and Tampa Bay, it's now 27-7. Matsui has just scored from 1 yard out there in the 3rd period. Green Bay 24, St. Louis 23, as Neil O'Donoghue has put the Cardinals within a point with a 38-yard field goal. The Bills have the ball just shy of the 21-yard line. 5 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the game. Patriots leading 21-10. 3rd down and 10. Going for the bomb, and he overthrew the intended receiver, Byron Franklin. Well, you're down 11 points, Gene, with 5:08 to play. It would seem to me that you got to go.
I think so. I mean,
We have a penalty here. Illegal procedure. They're going to refuse it.
it may have been that the man in motion turned upfield toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Kay Stevenson has his club call time as Ferguson comes over to talk it over. The Patriots lead 21-10.
Green Bay 24, St. Louis 23.
21-10. They got a big play in the opening moment. 65-yard touchdown pass. Grogan to Starring. They led at one point 21-0. It's now 21-10. Here comes the big play for the Bills. The ball at their 21-yard line of the Patriots. Franklin goes to the left side. Into the slot goes Julius Dawkins. Out of the shotgun. Ferguson over the middle. Tipped and caught. Dawkins. I think he's got the 1st down inside the 10-yard line. Oh, what a big play.
The Bills have been looking for Julius Dawkins to come up with a big play for a long time. Let's take a look at the defensive backfield for the Patriots. They do a good job on the coverage. Let's watch. The 2 men are back deep. They're covering those zones. Dawkins comes across the middle. The ball is tipped. That's number 42. Ronnie Lippett tips the ball. Dawkins gets the rebound. The Bills have a first down, and they're in scoring position.
First and goal to go just inside the 10-yard line. 4:20 to play. Ferguson rolling right, looking back, throws incomplete. Intending for Byron Franklin down at the 3-yard line. Don Blackman, the right outside linebacker, 55, had the coverage. Don't forget to stay with us. Coming up the second half of our NFL doubleheader on this opening Sunday. The Jets battling the Indianapolis Colts in the Hoosier Dome. That's next right here on NBC Sports.
As a receiver in this situation, what I would like to do is to run a pattern where I go across the field. If I get man-to-man coverage, I can run away from my defense. If they're in zone coverage, then I can go in between the zones, and when I find a lane, try to slow down there. Let's see if the Bills use that kind of passing situation where they go across field.
Dawkins, Denard, and Franklin, the wide receivers. All alone, touchdown, Tony Franklin. Andre Tippett, the linebacker, fell down, and Hunter was all alone.
The Bills had Byron Franklin coming across field. You see him underneath, going that way, and it was like a little pick play. Tippett, who was responsible for covering Tony Hunter, fell down, and I think he might have tripped when Franklin came across field, and Ray Claiborne was guarding Franklin. I think they got their legs tangled. I think that's why he went down.
The point after, Joe Danello puts it up. Take a look at this again, as Ferguson now is 27 out of 40 for 263 yards and 2 touchdowns. 21-17. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to play. John Williams is back in the middle to receive. Williams in the end zone, coming out at the 10. At the 20, at the 25, he goes down. Chris Keating, number 52, on the tackle. So the Patriots led 21-0. They led 21-3 at halftime. Now 3 touchdowns for the Bills. There's the scoring drive. Tony Hunter capping it off.
When you get in trouble, not that the Patriots are in trouble, but, you know, I mean, the lead is shrunken down now. You go with your strength. So let's see if the Patriots do what they did in the first quarter when they ran behind Hannah and Holloway on that left side.
Brogan under center. There's Collins, and a penalty marker goes down as Haslett, the inside linebacker, was all over him. Face mask against the Buffalo Bills and Haslett.
Well, the Patriots came out as I thought they would. What they like to do is they like to get those big offensive linemen blocking one-on-one. Let's listen to the call. Let's watch in the middle of the screen. Haslett is number 55. There's a face mask. It's one of those sort of unintentional situations, and I think they just marked it off 5 yards. It's a first down. But again, the Patriots go into their strength, running to that left side behind Hannah and Holloway.
Now Red Cashin's got a problem on the sideline. He says it's not an automatic first down. You heard him?
Okay, the difference is an intentional face mask would be 15 yards.
That's right.
Unintentional is only 5 yards, and not an automatic first down.
We talked about this man's team and the pressure on him. The Patriots. They went out to a 21-0 lead, but they have now seen their opposition score 21 unanswered points. Ferguson has cool and hung in and seemed to lead his team. He's explaining the 5-yard situation. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining to be played. Ron Meyer a little upset. Hazlitt, the man who committed the infraction, the 6-year veteran from Indiana, Pennsylvania. He had a disc problem, had the enzyme injection, and has come back to play very well. Here's Grogan, 11 out of 21. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Hazlitt again makes the play on Collins. Looks like they've got the first down. 3:40 to play.
Okay, so the Bills are anticipating that the Patriots will try to run the ball here and eat up the clock. So what they're doing is that they're bringing their linebackers, trying to put a lot of pressure so that they can get, if they can sneak around the end, they can get a running back in the backfield. So they're going to be bringing those linebackers, trying to plug up those holes, trying to prevent that offensive line of the Patriots from pushing them back.
Clock running with 3:10 to play. Right up the middle again they come. To Tupu. He is thrown back at the 39-yard line by Steve Freeman, number 22, Lucius Sanford, number 57. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Next week, the Bills are at St. Louis. The Cardinals playing at Green Bay today. And the Patriots, they have a tough start. They're at Miami. The Dolphins are beating Washington today. And then they have Seattle and the Redskins at home. Grogan looking over the scene. 2nd down and 7. In motion, Derek Ramsey. Gives it to Tupu. Hazlitt again on the tackle. And they gain out to the 42-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. We're going to get the 2-minute warning coming up right here. Well, again this year, we're going to be treated to some of the most exciting finales from National Football League history. They're called fantastic finishes. Here's one of them.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes, 1983. It's 24-21 San Francisco over Atlanta on a rainy night in Georgia. Just 2 seconds left for the Falcons as Steve Bartkowski uncorks one high and deep toward the end zone. Uh-oh, Billy Johnson falls down, but he pops back up just as the ball is tipped to him. He scrambles right and lunges toward the goal line for what may be the winning touchdown. It's a late call, but there it is, touchdown.
Now that's an instant replay.
Hey, Ralph, you switched us from bottles to cans.
Steve Grogan has talked it over with the assistant coaches upstairs on the phones and his head coach. Grogan 11 out of 21, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception.
I think what they were discussing was, should they be offensive? Should they try to get the first down with a pass play here and then run out the clock? Or run the ball, cut it down, and make the Bills come back and score? The Bills need 6 to win the game.
3rd down and 4. Grogan is throwing, and he's got the first down, and the key man again is Cedric Jones. Boy, Jones coming out of there. Steve Freeman made the tackle but couldn't get to him before Grogan delivered that ball. 1:49 to play.
They decided to take the offensive, they're an offensive team, right? So they got the blitz coming. They got just what they wanted. Cedric Jones, no linebacker in his way because the linebacker had come in on the blitz. Easy throw and catch. The Patriots now have the first down, and the problem is really on the Bills now. 1:49 to go. How many timeouts do they have left? They have 2 timeouts
Pats
left.
have 2. The Bills have 1.
The Bills only have 1 timeout to go. San Francisco, all right, final. 30-7. Philadelphia over the Giants. No, they trailed the Giants 20-28 in the 4th quarter.
And it is Atlanta 33, New Orleans 21. That's the upset of the day, according to most of the heavy hitters who do the selecting. They thought that New Orleans would be a winner in that one. Pete Axtell was looking a little better than he did in the first half when the Bills were down 21-0.
I don't think there's any question that the Patriots will keep the ball on the ground here. First down, minute 49 to go.
Banging his way down to the 41-yard line goes to Tupu, and Eugene Marr, 54, on the tackle. Next Sunday, both of these clubs, of course, will be in action. New England going up at Miami. That shapes up as a fine football game, with Miami beating Washington today. Buffalo will be at St. Louis. The Cardinals having a real battle at Green Bay today. At the 42-yard line, Patriots have the football with 1 minute and 40 to play. If you're just joining us, the Patriots led 21-0. They led 21-3 at half. 3 touchdowns by the Bills. Or 2 touchdowns by the Bills, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. There's Ron Meyer. He was a walk-on defensive back at Purdue and a Big Ten All-Academic selection. There are the timeouts left now. 2nd down and 5.
Handed off to Tupu.
Tupu, as I mentioned, had that 5.5 average in '83, tops in the National Football League, and they're just going to give it to him and let him move forward. Eugene Marr, number 54, making the tackle. Clock running now with 1 minute and 20 left to play, and the Bills can't stop the clock. They're out of timeouts. These two teams have given us a good show this afternoon, Gene. They really have. I've been very impressed with both sides.
Well, it's a traditional battle. When these two teams get together, there's an awful lot of excitement. Had it not been for a key turnover by Byron Franklin, down close, the Bills just might be ahead at this point.
And they missed a couple of opportunities early. Had a chance to kick a field goal. Went for a 4th and 1 at the 4 late in the first period. Didn't get it. The 49th meeting between these two teams. New England leading 24-23, and there was 1 tie. And the Patriots have won the last 3. So they win this one. That's 4 in a row for them, and it makes it 25-23-1. Clock running now with 25 seconds remaining. (21-17). The New England Patriots come on the road and get the victory here at Rich Stadium before a crowd that really got behind the Bills. Coming up, we continue along with NFL 84. It'll be the New York Jets and the Baltimore Colts. So that's it. The Patriots have won it. We'll be back in just a few moments with some final thoughts. The Jets at Indianapolis. For Gene Washington, Jay Randolph. The final here, New England 21, Buffalo 17. Stay tuned for the second half of NBC's NFL doubleheader.